I'm Beau Akey, 18 years old, from Ottawa, Ontario. I'm a defenseman for the Barrie Colts and an Edmonton Oilers prospect. Yeah, I grew up playing single A hockey for a couple years and then eventually made the jump to triple A hockey here in Kitchener. But unfortunately, that minor midget year that I was hoping for got cut short because of COVID. And then it led into the OHL draft. So I got lucky. I got drafted 19th overall in the first round, and I got drafted to Barrie. Thankfully enough, I played out my rookie season there and had a great start. I got named to the second rookie all-star team. The year after was my draft year for the NHL, and I had a very solid year. Thankfully, I kept my shoulders healthy, got drafted by Edmonton, and now I'm here. I think a lot of people underestimate the pressure and underestimate how much pressure hockey players deal with. It wasn't until the U18 Holinka Cup camp where I actually found out that it's a more serious issue with my right shoulder, and that it might have to be some operation done on it. This year, just recently, I dislocated my left shoulder and tore my labrum on my left, so then I ended up having 2 torn labrums, and surgery on my right shoulder is tomorrow. Surgery on my left shoulder is in 6 weeks. I'm gonna be able to be more physical. I'm gonna have no worries at all with my shoulders after this whole rehab's done. But there's still a stress of what if that doesn't happen? What if I'm not that same player?
Chalsma sets up punt, doesn't take the shot. Akey will, and he scores! Beau Akey with the one-timer. I don't think.
What if I can't overcome this? There's obviously those worries.
Given the circumstances, he's been doing incredibly well. He had his follow-up earlier this week with Dr. Litchfield in London, who gave him updated restrictions and allowed him to start into doing a bit more range of motion, starting into planes of elevation, starting a little bit of external rotation. So it gave us a little bit of leeway to start getting that shoulder moving. Sitting
in that bed and seeing all the nurses, I think it was kind of brought like a big smile to my face and kind of like a smirk. And I was like, yeah, like this is good. Like I'm finally gonna have a healthy shoulder again, and I have a big sigh of relief and a big kind of grin and a lot of happiness kind of was going through my head, feeling like it's finally over and I finally don't have to deal with this bad shoulder anymore.
And one way of looking at it is that every single day, if there's a maximum potential, we're trying to kind of squeeze everything out of every day so that when you're stacking all those days on top of each other, you're getting as much as you humanly can out of every week, out of every month.
I've been trying to work out as much as I can. I got a solid 5 or 6 workouts in now, but the first couple days were a little rough. Anything kind of like within the first 3 days, anytime I touched my shoulder, it'd kind of start pulsing and just all the nerves would go off. So I think that was a big struggle. And day 1, I went to put an ice pack on it and just started shooting up in pain and all the nerves started going. So
as far as the other things that we're working on, I mean, one of the benefits of working with some of these high-level athletes is we do spend quite a bit of time focusing not just on the shoulder, but all of the other kind of periphery aspects of their rehab that we can kind of focus on as well, such as, in his case, doing some neck work. He has an upcoming surgery on his other side, so we're kind of prepping that side for surgery at the same time as doing the early rehab on this shoulder.
Go ahead. Good. It's just been like a lot of training, like back on the ice. Not much else. Like rehab's been a huge part of it, trying to get my shoulder as strong as they can be, so I can, go into the season feeling strong as ever. I think it's very exciting, like having the thought of not having to worry about injury problems and whatnot, since it's been as long as I can remember. It'll definitely be like a huge relief, and it's exciting to think about. I think at the start, like looking at like, oh my God, 10 months, 8 months is gonna be a while. I think it was like a bit scary, like I don't know what I'm gonna do. And I think now, like after going through it all, I realize like how key patience is in
and
to
what
be
this
healthy.
really
Like,
simulates.
I think it really teaches you to have good patience, and that all good things like come with a price, and you have to work on yourself for a year or months and months in order to have the good things in life. Obviously, a big thank you to, for one, Kyle, you know, sticking with me through this whole thing, and then the Colts, obviously, for helping me keep my hopes high throughout the season when I was injured and stuff. And Edmonton has been the biggest help of them all. You know, they've been really reassuring and, you know, focusing on the bigger picture with me. So I think that's been a real help. By next Christmas, I want to be playing for Team Canada in the World Juniors.